Hi guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here to talk about the possibility of an F1 aggregate qualifying system being put into Formula 1. Now, this is different. This is definitely different. I mean, I don't know whether it's personally better, but let's work out how the aggregate system actually works to start off with here. So, basically, it means your fastest 2 laps in your qualifying session are, put together in a combined time, and that is what your time for the session is. So, let's put, this to the test and have a look at what it would have happened in Bahrain. So Rosberg, his combined times in qualifying 3 are a 1:29.8 and a 1:29.5, which works out, with all the other little decimal points and all that, to a 2:59.477. And that actually put Rosberg on pole position if this was in place for Bahrain. So that's pretty interesting to start off with. But basically, it's 2 lap times over that session. The combined times there are your final result for the session, and that means you go through to the next session, or you get pole position depending on your combined time. Not just 1 lap. You've got to be good and quick over 2 laps. It would actually have meant Lewis Hamilton would have been 3rd place on the grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix if this system was in place, which is pretty interesting in itself. Would this whole new system mix it up for everyone, and would it mean that new people are up there? Probably not that not that likely, but it could mean that people that are a bit more consistent, a bit more smooth on their laps could benefit here. Maybe someone like Jenson Button or Fernando Alonso, if I remember correctly, have never been that great in qualifying. This could be their chance to get up the grid a little bit through just being a bit more calm and being a bit more relaxed, and just driving how they normally drive and not having to push over the edge all the time. But I suppose, with this 2 laps, the pressure is going to really be on here. Drivers are going to be making mistakes. It's going to be exciting, I think, but is it? Well, it's probably a step up from this knockout session that we've been having. I mean, that's just been terrible. I mean, the last 3 minutes of each session have just been nothing. But is it an improvement over what we had last year? In my opinion, no. It's actually still a downgrade. I mean, let's be honest here. Last year's qualifying, and the qualifying which has been in place for so many years, was good. If something's not broken, why do you need to try and fix it? The old saying goes. So that's my opinion. It's like, why can't we just have the fastest lap gets you pole position, and there's none of this messing about getting knocked out after 2 minutes or whatever. There's none of this mess of having to do 2 laps and then working out the time. I think this is going to be confusing for the for a lot of F1 fans. I mean, how are we going to be working this out on the go? I mean, Rosberg, obviously, he would have been in pole position in Bahrain, but how long would it have taken for everyone to know that? Because obviously it's going to take a bit of adding up and everything. How are we going to get that all live through the TV? It's going to be quite complicated, but I hope the people at Sky, Channel 4, and all the other broadcasting people around the world have some sort of system for making sure we get all of this stuff on the screen, all of the stats and everything. The FIA have been a bit of a hazard sometimes with the sort of live timing on the TV. So maybe this could be a bit interesting if this goes through, I should say, this whole thing, because it's actually going to be voted on today, and when you see this video it might have already been sort of either voted for or voted against, but I wanted to talk about it nonetheless because this video is going to go up probably early in the morning. But some of the people watching this later on in the day, it could actually have already been voted on. But anyway, let's just see how qualifying would have worked. Qualifying 1 would be 18 minutes, with the slowest 7 people being eliminated after their aggregate times. Qualifying 2 would be 15 minutes, and the 7 people with the lowest aggregate times would be knocked out. And then qualifying 3 would be 12 minutes, and then the people with the fastest 2 aggregate times would be at the top of the leaderboard. So, looking at how it would have worked out in Bahrain, for example, Rosberg would have been on pole with a 2:59.4. Vettel would have been on second position, I should say, with a 3 minute exactly. Lewis Hamilton would be third with a 3:01, and Raikkonen would have been 3:06 in terms of combined aggregate qualifying times. Okay, so even though Hamilton had the fastest time overall, Rosberg had 2 better times put together. Yeah, this is going to be pretty confusing, I'm sure, but I'm really interested to know what you guys think here, because I'm sure this will, cause a lot of comments down below, with different opinions. I mean, I'm really interested to know what you guys think here, to be perfectly honest. Do you think we should just go back to the old format? I mean, are the FIA just scared to admit they made a massive mistake putting in this knockout format? Because, let's be honest, Australia and Bahrain Grand Prix, pretty terrible qualifying. I mean, what are we supposed to do really for those last parts of the session where nothing is happening? I mean, it's just boring, isn't it, lads? So let's be honest, let's either try this new aggregate system here, because it's most likely going to be better than the knockouts. And let's also just go back to the old system. Let's just go back to the old system, in my opinion. It was so much better. I mean, we just got the fastest guy on pole position. The guy that could get it together on one lap was on pole position. He had, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, or 10 minutes, depending on what session it was. He had that much time. He didn't have 4 minutes to get a lap time in. He wasn't under that pressure. He was only under pressure to get a lap time perfect. And I think that's how it should be. It shouldn't be, the pressure to get out on the track and just do any old lap time. It should be the pressure to go out there and do the fastest time you possibly could be, on the limit. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But leave your comments down below. Do you think this new sort of aggregate system is better, 2 lap times together? Or do you think the knockout system is better? Or do you prefer the oldest sort of just general new qualifying format? I think I'm going to do a vote over on my Twitter. So go over there and leave a little vote on there. And if you're not following, I would appreciate it. Go over there and follow my Twitter. It's all linked down in the description. But anyway, until next time, it's been Alex. I'm out here. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.